Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the VD Racing League podcast. I am joined by the amazing Yoshi as well. Yoshi, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing well. My first time doing a podcast, so I'm feeling a bit nervous, but I think I'll be fine.
No need to be nervous at all. We have got our special guests here as well today. We have the returning one of Kevin Van Dijk. Kevin, how are we feeling today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I was practicing today for Austria, so yeah.
And another special guest we have is Vasas. Vasas, how are we feeling?
Nice to meet you guys.
The previous race predictions, obviously ranging from Abu Dhabi, which will be obviously from the VD Racing League, and also for the real live Formula One, and we'll have plenty of things to talk about on there. So without further ado, we may as well start to get into that one. I mean, let's start off, guys, with the previous race, the VD Racing League race in Abu Dhabi. We did have our winner, and he is on here, funny enough, of Kevin Van Dijk. Kevin, talk us through that race. I mean, that was pretty tense towards the end. Boaty, especially, was pretty close to you as well. I mean, yeah, talk us through that.
Yeah, it was a very exciting race. I think the whole race I was fighting against Botti, and Nicholson, I think, was also close behind. And then the last lap, I went for to overtake Botti, but I braked a little bit too late, and I think he got me back on the second straight. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but still good points because I finished second and Tias finished only P7. So yeah, it's looking good for the championship right now.
I have to say it definitely. I mean, it is definitely in your favour. Yoshi, you were down with me as well for that amazing Abu Dhabi race. Talk us through that one on your perspective. You were all over, really. We did have YB as well in the pit lane, but you were keeping your eye out. I mean, that was a hell of a race we experienced, especially towards the end.
It was, especially towards the end, a lot of position changes because, well, qualifying was a bit different because we got pulled there, but we thought that Kevin wasn't going to do well, and then he ends up winning, and then it's just crazy, the whole race, though, especially for Boaty, and I forgot we got third.
Third place. I'm going to pull up the result. Nicholson, there we go.
It was, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course, there was the big delay, isn't it? It was but the 3-second glitch in the amazing.
Yeah, I got 6 seconds in the pit entry. Yeah, that's a bug.
Yeah.
It's a bug since I think F1 22. So it's a bit annoying that they are not fixing that.
It is pretty annoying, and well, hopefully they will fix it. Obviously, with the news of the F1 25 game will still contain the F1 26 game, kind of just basically new cars and new liveries. So, I mean, actually, that's one thing to talk about. We'll mention about that later because I'd like to know both of your guys' perspective on that. Vasas, you did miss out on the. I don't think you were there for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, were you?
That's correct. I missed out because we had Christmas dinner with our company. But I've rewatched the whole stream, and I need to say that I was impressed by the usual guys, as always. But for me, Rimas and Nicholson were really having a very great performance in my eyes, and it was really, really tense in the end, and it was a great joy to watch, and of course, as always, a great commentary as well.
Thank you very much. You're too kind, Vasas. Yep. You're too kind. I mean, let's talk about the biggest surprise from that round. We like to talk about big surprises from every round that we experience. For me, it's probably got to be, and I know it's probably not a surprise to many of you guys, but just the sheer pace on Boaty is just incredible. And I think it's also Remus as well. Remus, I think, was at the back, near the back, and just hopefully it was this round, and I was right. Remus he finished 5th, and I think he started around last. So a hell of a drive from him. That was probably my highlight. I mean, Yoshi, do you have a big highlight from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix?
I agree with Boaty's pace.
Well, that's if he's hopefully he's confirmed for next season as well, depending on what the teams are going to stand out as. Kevin, what were you? Sorry, I interrupted you there. What were you going to say?
I wanted to say that Ghost Luca is for me the driver of the day because he had a quali ban. He started P20 and finished P10, so I think that's a very good performance.
He finished
Still, that might. I think he might be 11th. Either way, it was a hell of a drive from me. I mean, Vastas, from you, what was your biggest surprise, and who was your driver of the day, especially from that round?
Since I've only seen the stream and don't have a perspective from the track itself, basically, and the camera was pretty much on the front runners all the time, I don't really know what happened in the back in detail. Of course, maybe there was some amazing overtakes and we all missed it. But basically, what I've seen, I was, as I said, really impressed by Nico-san, who came back. Basically, he was not a regular driver, if I remember correctly, at the start of the season, but he started to come back on a regular basis, and he's delivering very great. And it's a great joy to watch him. I had the honor of being a teammate of him last season at Aston Martin. He's a great guy, and I think he impressed me the most. Yeah, and apparently the commentators, you guys, also said that he loved Abu Dhabi, and that it's one of his favorite tracks. And if that's the case, he definitely delivered.
That's definitely. I completely agree to Nick-san. He was definitely my driver of the day, just because we've seen him over previous years. Kevin, you can obviously back me on this one. We've seen a lot of Nico-san before. He has been with us for a long time now, I have to say.
Yeah.
And he's been in the mid pack, but he not really the mid pack. He'd actually been up in the top 3. And it used to be him and Nilu who used to sit back and watch you guys at the front. You, Ruben, and Toro fire up all up at the front. And then whenever an opportunity came for him, he'd make the move up into P3. We've always seen it from Nielsen, but it's sadly dropped a bit at the beginning of this season. I mean, you've probably noticed that quite a bit this season, obviously, Kevin.
Yeah, I think he missed some races this season, but usually he has quite good pace. He's usually near the top 4, top 3. And I was really surprised last Friday by his pace, because I think on the stint on the hards, he was faster than me and Botti. I think he could have won the race if maybe the safety car didn't came, the last safety car. So yeah, really nice to see that he's fast.
It definitely is the case. I mean, Yoshi, you can definitely back me on that one from the perspective of Nico-san. I mean, a hell of a drive from him. Well, let me know your thoughts from that.
Yeah, good drive from him, starting in the back, and then he just moved up by overtaking. His pace was strong over the course of the whole race. Obviously, that safety car did slow things down, but still, he had a good result, and it was just amazing what we saw.
It definitely was. And we'll actually move on. So that was a big roundup of the last round of the lovely Abu Dhabi. And we now move on, still at Abu Dhabi, but we now move on to the real Formula One. And what a hell of a last round that was. Lando Norris taking it home for the Brits. Me and Yoshi will be very happy with that one. Be taking that home for the Brits. And obviously Max Verstappen coming second, third. Obviously in the championship second. And then Oscar Piastri third. I mean, let me know your thoughts, Yoshi, on A, Lando Norris winning this championship, and B, the points gap from Verstappen to Lando Norris. 2 points is incredible.
Well, this season we saw obviously some bad mistakes, like Sandford, for example, he DNF'd. And Canada when he crashed into Piastri, and I forgot what else he crashed in, but he came out on top. But like you said, 2 points separating the top 2, because all we needed to do was get a podium, and that's what he did by getting third by his 3 Oscar Piastri. The gap, I would like the gap to be a little bit close, but 2 points. It's better than losing the championship though. But that's his first championship, and I'm really proud of him.
Definitely. I mean, Kevin Van Dijk, you're a main supporter, I'm sure, of the lovely Dutchman. Let me know your thoughts of that last round, especially the exact same questions I asked Yoshi.
It was actually, I was quite surprised by the pace of Red Bull and Max, because I thought that McLaren would be way stronger in Abu Dhabi like last year, but they were not. But and I actually also realized that this was Max's third victory in a row, because he won in Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. So it's quite a turnaround compared to the first half of the season. So I'm really happy that he came so close to the title, because it was not looking great. But yeah, he did an amazing second half of the season.
He definitely did, and it got very, very tense. I mean, Vastas, let me know your thoughts as well. The same questions I've asked all these other amazing people. Let me know your thoughts of that last round.
Of course, I mean, I've watched the whole race. I was nervous. I was crying and being happy at the same time. I was crying for Max because in my eyes, he's the best driver on the grid.
Yeah, for
And in my eyes, also the best driver is supposed to be the world champion in the end. But that's not how it is, actually. It's just my idea. But I was also very happy for Lando Norris. He definitely deserved it. He is one of the new generation guys, even newer than Max, although he's not that much younger, to be honest. But Max joined a lot earlier. Yeah, I don't know how to summarize it. I mean, Lando definitely deserves it. He didn't do much more than he needed. He needed a P3. He did it. He didn't risk too much, so he did it tactically. Oscar at the end of the season, he wasn't that much of an Iceman anymore, obviously. But I always say, or I always thought that you need to consider that if McLaren wouldn't have been disqualified in Las Vegas, it all would have been a lot easier for them and not so tense, and the hopes for the Dutch fans would have been crushed a lot earlier. Although, as I said, I feel very sorry for Max as well.
It definitely is. I mean, it was an interesting. I mean, the pace and other parts of the race was just incredible from all the drivers, and I was saying that I was literally on my feet the whole race, just shocked and what.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What not? No, I couldn't. From the beginning of the race, I could not tell who was going to win the race. Let's talk about the penalties actually from that race. Yuki Tsunoda, obviously down the back straight after turn 5. A lot of weaving involved. Yoshi, let me know your thoughts on that one.
I feel like he got a 5-second penalty for forcing driver on track, is what the race judge's notes were. But he was going left, right, and technically, this rule says you can move under braking once. He's been weaving multiple times, and Lando almost had to go off track down at turn 5. I'm surprised he didn't get under investigation for overtaking off track, but what more can he do? Because Yuki was forcing him to go around the outside of turn 5 on a straight.
It's a hard call, really. Obviously, it clearly shows that all 4 tyres of Lando were off the track onto the green part. So whether it should be investigated, it was investigated. Obviously, the stewards decided there was no further action taken, which is a positive at least, especially for me. But I mean, Kevin Van Dijk, tell me your thoughts on that move. Obviously, every driver knows the rule of you can only move once. Obviously, Yuki Tsunoda completely ignored that part and did whatever he did. But let me know your thoughts on that one, Kevin.
Yeah, I think the penalty for Yuki is right because you cannot move twice. But I found it strange that Lando didn't get the penalty because he overtook outside of the track, so it should always be a penalty, or he should at least give the position back. But yeah, I also get it why they didn't give him a penalty, because one, it would be controversial, and secondly, yeah, I mean, it was basically because of Yuki's movement that he went off the track. So yeah, but it's a shame because I think if Perez would be in that car, I think the race would be a little bit different because Perez is the king of the defending, and Yuki was clearly didn't have any confidence to defend against Norris.
He seemed to be very confident to his race engineer, telling him, "Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing." Did that work? Maybe not so well. Vastas, let me know your thoughts as well on that 5-second time penalty. Was it deserved? That's the question.
In my eyes, yes. There's only one time you can move in the braking zone, and even if you don't want it to be true as a driver, it has to be. And from my eyes, in that case, 5 seconds are totally justified.
Definitely agree with you. It was a hell of a race, though, and congratulations to all of the drivers. Well done to Lando. Lots of controversy. Obviously, we've seen this before. I have to say, 2021, we've seen this before. 2000, I think. 2010, was it? Or was it around that? Was when we saw 3 drivers go for the lead.
2007.
Was it? We've got 2 different dates now.
Yeah. Wait, for the 3 drivers going for the championship?
Yes,
2010.
yeah. 2010. Yeah, so it was right. 2010, yeah.
Yeah,
was when we lost that.
2007. Alonso, Raikkonen, and Hamilton.
7.
Either-
Yeah, it was, yeah.
7, there we go. Glad we got that one established. 2007, we've seen it before. Well, I just about saw it as I was born. But I mean, yeah, look, it was bound to happen again. It was a hell of a season, and I already know Drive to Survive are going to absolutely love it to bits, just because they like to spice up everything. But just give me, I'm going to actually go around 3 words. I want you each to sum up the season, the 2025 Formula 1 season. Yoshi, you can start us off.
Oh gosh. Exciting. That's all I can think right now. Exciting. If you don't, was it enjoyable to watch? That's all the words. And wasn't boring. That's all I can think.
That's fair enough. Kevin Van Dijk, what about you?
Close, because it was close in the end.
Yeah.
It's hard to think.
Maybe we stick to one word. It might be.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So yeah, close for me.
Close. Vastas, what about you?
I'll go with big gaps closed.
Oh, look at that. He's already in for the 3. Mine was going to be close, but Kevin Van Dijk took that. I'm just going to say chaotic. It could have been, well, some rounds were chaotic than others. Obviously, the crashes as well that we've seen this year. Thankfully, that obviously Gabriel Bortoleto was okay after the Brazilian Grand Prix crash. That was a pretty scary one from him, actually, on the restart. Right, we now move on to... we are going to move on now over to the guest interview. Now, we're going to interview both these drivers and just let them, well, get their thoughts, obviously, from what they're expecting for next season, how they're going to try and cope with the pressure, hint Kevin Van Dijk, with obviously his teammate being his big rival as well. Actually, let's already kick that one off. Kevin Van Dijk, we're going to start with you. Now, let's talk about your teammate, Tiaz Korsman. You went into the season, you told me last season, he obviously brought you in and he wanted to be teammates with you after you were in Ferrari, I believe. I mean, talk us through the season so far with him. We'll obviously get to the championship rivalry towards the end, but just talk us through on how it's been as a whole career, whole season with Tiaz Korsman.
I mean, he's a really good teammate. He's fair with if I race against him, he's always fair. And he's a really fast driver. I think he's maybe the fastest driver I've ever raced against in this league. It's looking to be a very close fight till the end because there are only 2 rounds remaining, and he's still also in contention. And sadly, Toro dropped out of the fight. He's mathematically out, but I'm sure he will be strong next season.
I definitely think so. And obviously now let's get on to the important bits of you've literally only got 2 rounds left of the season. Obviously your expectations will be getting as many points as you can. Do you think Tiaz Korsman will be... No, obviously a rough idea from him from Austria and obviously the Netherlands. We've seen him do it in I feel like the 1,000 subscriber race. Depending on that, but we've seen him with some true pace around those circuits. We know he's not going to put up with the fight. Are you determined for that trophy, or do you know that you're going to have a lot of pressure behind from Tiaz Korsman?
I mean, I definitely feel the pressure from him. I think it will be really close, but I think if I will be finishing on the podium in the last 2 races, I think I should be fine. But I will obviously go for the win. But if I need to settle for second, I will, because the championship is more important than 1 race win. But I think it will be really, really close.
which is what I'm really looking forward to as well. Thank you very much, Kevin Van Dijk. Vassas, we move on to you now. What's the season? Well, you've been with us for a while now, Vassas. You're obviously in Sauber at the moment, race for Sauber. Talk us through your career with Sauber, well, your season so far with Sauber. Has it been positive? Has it been negative? Let us know all of your thoughts throughout the season.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's my third or fourth season. And I always have the goal to finish better than the season before in the championship. And I think my results were 14-12 or 12-10 in the past 2 seasons. So I'm right now on P8. Seems to be going fine. But all in all, I've had a pretty good start this season. I've had 1 DNF, but 2 P4s in Canada and Miami, I believe. That gave me a bit of a boost and motivation and self-confidence. And from then on, it only went downward. I can't really explain why. But my main goal throughout the season is not anything that has to do with points. It's basically just to keep improving and keep practicing and getting experience and getting motivation from the faster guys because they make me want to practice, they make me want to be faster. And since I'm not the most talented guy, it takes a lot of practice to improve just a bit. But all in all, the season has been great. I think I've been on P5 quite consistently, although it's just because I'm driving on a very regular basis. It's not because I'm the 5th fastest driver, definitely not. But I'm quite happy. I mean, I've missed out on Abu Dhabi now. It's one of the tracks I really dislike because it doesn't suit my driving style, and it resulted in me dropping to P8. But Nico-san, as we said before, definitely deserved it. We're having kind of like a distant fight with Lucek, with Froby, with Werner, and with myself. Because we think we're basically on the same league, basically on the same skill level, and we fight each other, and it's just fun to have these fights. And
I mean, talk us through about. Oh no, sorry.
No, it's fine.
The thing cut out, so I thought you were done. I was just going to say, talk us through about your teammate Froby. I mean, you've been with him now, obviously this season. Has he put up a proper good fight with you? He's currently obviously P9 in the championship, you at P5. We've seen you two battle a few times, but let me know your thoughts on how you think Froby is as a driver.
In my eyes, he's a very fair driver. That's the biggest attribute I'd give to him. You can see it when he's doing fights with other cars. I rarely see any mistake from his side. He's always very fair and, doesn't do silly stuff. But all in all, I've known him for a while, actually, before VDRL. We've known each other from another league, and the contact got distant. And through VDRL, we found together again, so to say. And he's a great guy. He's a very relaxed guy. He's not pissed. He doesn't have any negative traits. He's not putting pressure on you. He's not giving you bad words or anything. He's totally cooperational, and it's just great to have such a teammate.
Well, thank you so much, Vassas, for that time. That was amazing to hear as well about you and your teammate, and good luck for the rest of the season. Just one last question from you. What do you think of your plans? Are you going to stay with Sauber? Are you going to look to join another team next season? I mean, what are your expectations and hopes?
Well, like always in life, I have 0 expectations and 0 hopes. That way, they never can get crushed by anything. Basically, I'm just looking to improve. I don't really care which team I'm driving for. I don't really care which teammate I will be driving with. The only thing I want is a cooperational relationship with that driver, and the rest we will see. The main thing is that I keep improving, and maybe someday, some season, even if it's 10 years from now, I will be driving a lot more closer to Kevin's behind. Let's say it that way.
But that'll be the interesting bit. Thank you very much, Vassas. Best of luck to you for the rest of the season. Yoshi, we're going to move on to you. Obviously, you're not a guest, but you're a commentator as well. You've
Yep.
been with us, obviously, for this season, this whole season. Let me know your thoughts on this season as a whole. Obviously, we've still got 2 rounds left to go, but you've been with us for practically all of the rounds. I mean, I'd love to know your thoughts on how you think drivers are adapted and who you've got to know the best, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Obviously, when I first came in at Imola, I got no idea who anyone was. I feel like the more I've known is people on the podium, because when we got a podium position, we get to interview them. And when I know people, is I speak to them, that kind of thing. So over the course of, how long has it been now, 13 weeks now, 2 rounds left, I feel like these drivers have been amazing since the start of the season to now. We still got 2 more races, and honestly, it's going to be amazing for the final 2 rounds and for the future of VDRL.
And well, that's what I'm most looking forward to as well for the rest of the season, and for you to join us in the comments box as well for next season. We're going to move now on to the standings. Now, this is Kevin Van Dijk's favourite bit because to show he's up at the top of the standings, obviously leading by 11 points now as we head into Austria. Is this updated from? Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there we go. It is 27 points. There we go. And Toro, which we kind of say is kind of out of the fight, unless obviously Kevin and Tiaz both completely score out the points or retire. So practically he's out. But it is going to be these two. The constructors have already been held. Well, they were already taken a while ago, should we say, which I think was in Las Vegas. Yoshi, I think you were there for that one, weren't you?
Las
No,
Vegas.
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Bahrain. Yeah.
So yeah, it was Bahrain. They took that one. So 361 points into the lead of that one. But yeah, look, Vassas in P8 there. Sorry, so I was looking at the wrong one earlier. Yeah, P8, and his teammate obviously is right behind him. Going to be interesting for the rest of the seasons. Rest of the season, not seasons. Obviously, hopefully, the rest of the seasons, especially. But well, that's a pretty interesting part. We didn't have actually many penalties throughout the race of obviously this round. We just had a couple of people who retired in the pit lane, which is a shame. G-Man was a big shame to that one, wasn't he, Yoshi? Sadly, taking himself out and then resorting to our stream, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, he took himself out and he did a couple of laps. It was unfortunate because both riders were out, actually. Both G-Man and Michael were out due to DNFing. So it's unfortunate for G-Man because G-Man is normally up there. Because looking at the previous results he's been up here for, because G-Man got 15th in Las Vegas. Where's it again? Bahrain? Don't know. Somewhere in Bahrain. But people have bad races. People can DNF from time to time. It's normal in league racing. But at first you're like, oh come on, you're gonna kick, and then you're gonna be like high and stuff, but it's racing, so he'll pick up from Abu Dhabi.
We'll just have to see really till the end of the season. We are going to move light touch of news in Formula One, but before we start with news, I do like to know your driver of the day in the real Formula One of the whole of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Yoshi was thinking about that one. Yoshi, would you like to start or would you like to go last?
I'll go last. I need to look.
So we'll start off with Vastas. Vastas, tell us your driver of the day and why for the Formula One.
Let me think just a little bit. Well, no, I'm gonna go with my guts. I'm gonna go for Max because he delivered. He did everything he had to do to keep his chances, and he's had a great end of the season as well. So my points are all on Max.
I 100% agree with that one. That was a great performance from him. Kevin Van Dijk, I can only imagine it'll be the same.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go different this time. I think I will go for Nico Hülkenberg because he went from P18 to P9. So in a Sauber, that's actually very good.
Yes,
that was a very good performance from him, actually. I was going to go for Charles Leclerc. I think his performance overall, putting the McLarens under pressure, was truly terrifying for me, especially. But he was literally gaining, setting fast laps after faster laps, and then obviously ruining his tyres. He said before the weekend he did not want to get involved with these guys, but he was on the back of Lando like a rash, and Lando knew, and Max Verstappen knew it as well, and Max Verstappen was hoping, obviously, that he was going to get overtaken. That would have gone in his favour. But Yoshi, we're going to move to you. Who is your driver of the day and why?
I'm going to say Leclerc, because, like you said, he was closing on Lando. And at some point, I thought he'd be like, okay, Leclerc's going to overtake him, and Lando's going to lose the championship. I was literally on my feet a couple of times. The amount of times it got close, but it wasn't close enough. I'm just going to say Leclerc for my driver of the day.
Well, definitely agreed on that one as well. As obviously, I agreed on that one as well. But we're going to move on to Formula One news now, and this is our favourite little bit. We are going to talk about the latest the big news. Obviously, we've talked about Lando Norris winning the championship, but the news that came out today was Helmut Marko, who had left Red Bull. He's been with Red Bull since 2005, so incredible. A long streak. Actually, let's talk about Red Bull, really. They've lost Adrian Newey, they've lost Christian Horner, they've now lost Helmut Marko. Kevin Van Dijk, are they going downhill?
Yeah, ever since Dietrich Mateschitz died in 2022, it went downhill, because in 2023 they lost Rob Marshall. He went to McLaren, and look where McLaren is now. They are dominating. And when Adrian Newey left, the moment he left in Japan in 2024, the team went very how do you say it? They performed very bad. The next race in Miami, McLaren was the fastest car. So I think they need to build from scratch. They need to build a new team. I mean, Laurent Mekies is already a good replacement, because I think he's doing a very good job, because you can clearly see the results they are doing better now than when Christian was in charge. So yeah, I think with Ford, maybe they can build a good engine, and maybe they can be competitive next season.
Yeah, hopefully, definitely. And we'll obviously have to see for the 2026 season with no DRS as well, which is a really sad bit as well. But Yoshi, let me know your thoughts on Helmut Marko resigning from Red Bull.
It's a strange one, because, like you say, he's been Red Bull since 2005, 20 years. But like Kevin said, it's going downhill, but then it's going back uphill. So I wonder how this is going to affect Red Bull in the 2026 season when they go into Melbourne in around 90 days' time. So it's a shame, but who knows what's going to happen in the next year.
Who will know? Vassas, do you know? Or let me know your thoughts as well for Helmut Marko.
Well, obviously, after 20 years, a great legacy ends, and it has been said already. Red Bull, the team, and especially the stability within the team, had to take a lot of hits with Mateschitz, Newey, Horner, and now Marko being gone. But it doesn't, at least for me personally, it doesn't mean automatically that it's going to go downhill. There's a new chance, and we're going to see whether it's going to go downhill, or maybe they're even going to be able to improve in some way. The future will tell. That's all I would say to that.
It definitely will tell. And I really want to know also your predictions for next season, actually, for the Formula One, because I want to know, Aston Martin, right? They've really not had good seasons, but they've now got Adrian Newey, who's a new team principal as well for these guys. Will he manage to do something with that 2026 car, minus the DRS, obviously? Kevin Van Dijk, we'll start with you again.
Yeah, I think they will be very competitive, especially because of Adrian Newey. But yeah, I think Alonso will fight for podiums again, maybe even wins, like 2023. But I think they will definitely be more competitive than with the Mercedes engine, even though I think Mercedes will also be strong next season. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see Honda, Adrian Newey, and Fernando Alonso in the same team.
I mean, talk about that one as well for Vassas. Let me know your thoughts on that.
I would have said almost the same as Kevin. I just hearing about Newey joining Aston Martin and new rules being applied next season, I immediately thought to myself, or let's say I got 2022 vibes, I believe, where Alonso in the first few races always was within the first three. Am I right? Was it 22 or 23?
23, yeah, 23.
Yeah, 23, yeah.
Yeah, I got vibes from these thoughts, and I believe it's possible that Alonso is gonna drive for a podium again, or at least being able to fight for it. But historically, it's been shown that when new rules are being applied to a new season, that the gap between the cars may be quite big. So I hope it's not gonna be like 2 or 3 teams being overtaken or being lapped on a regular basis. I hope that the field is gonna be quite tight, and actually that we may have 1 or 2 surprise teams from the back, just like, I don't know, it's not realistic examples, but like Alpine or Williams or Sauber or Haas making little jumps and catching up to the fast cars.
We've seen that as well. Williams have had an incredible season so far.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yoshi, we will get your thoughts in a minute of their one.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I just want to see it as Vassos was saying. Williams have had an absolute cracker of a season. Obviously, Carlos Sainz getting a podium, both of them double scoring points. Constructors wise, I wasn't too sure where they finished, but it wasn't last, which was a positive. Obviously from their last couple of years, but will DRS change that? That's the other bit. Did that help them throughout the seasons? Even though they had Carlos Sainz and they also had Alex Albon, a driver who's always been with them for a while, well, for a long time now. I'm pretty sure he will stay with those guys for a while as well. But Yoshi, please tell me your thoughts as well on the Aston Martin with Adrian Newey moving over to there.
I mean, I feel like Aston Martin might be at an advantage here, but we won't know until after Australia, after testing, after qualifying for Australia. We can't really tell anything until the cars first go out for testing in a couple weeks, in a couple months' time as well. But with Adrian Newey, I feel like Aston Martin have a chance, and I don't know, my brain's saying that Alonso might be champion. That's my prediction.
Well, hopefully we can see that happen as well.
Yeah.
But let's also talk about the new teams who are joining us. One of the new teams is Cadillac, the 11th team on the grid. Now, we haven't had that for a while now, 11th team. But obviously we are saying goodbye to Sauber and we're saying hello to Audi as well. Now, can we see more manufacturers join Formula One? Because they will see Audi going into there. We'll see Cadillac as well going into there. Could we, for example, see Lamborghini? We've seen this actually in WEC as well. That's the other bit. We've seen this in WEC. As soon as the Ferraris hopped in there and the Porsches and all of that, we've now seen Aston Martins, we have seen Peugeots, we have seen plenty of other ones, and there are plenty of teams who are willing to also do that as well. But obviously we've got Ford as well. Red Bull, they're obviously running with Ford, and Toyota with Haas as well, partnerships as well. But what do you guys think? Could we expect to see more manufacturers, obviously, for example, Peugeot or all the other ones, to join the grid, possibly in the foreseeable future? Kevin Van Dijk.
Yeah, maybe, because it's great for everyone that we have Audi joining and Cadillac, because I mean, Cadillac is still not a manufacturer, because I think they will make an engine from 2029 or 2030, I think, because they will still be using customer engines from Ferrari. So we will see. But one thing I want to add on the Aston Martin, what do you guys think about Alonso out qualifying Stroll 24-0 in qualifying? What the fuck? What do you guys think about that?
Wow. Well, Yoshi, what were you going to say?
I'm not surprised. Sorry, Stroll, but Alonso is definitely faster than Aston Martin because when he joined Aston Martin, he's been having good results than Lance Stroll. But as I say, I think it's been a while since someone's done.
May have lost Yoshi there, if he is still here. We're going to move on to Vastas. We'll go from you on the that perspective. Or will we ever see more manufacturers join in for the 2020 foreseeable future, as I said?
I think in theory it's definitely possible. First of all, money does the talking. So we need someone, if a new team's gonna be generated, we need someone who's consistently pump lots of money into that team. It's not about just investing for 1 year and the rest is easy. So yeah, we'll see who's got enough money and interest and motivation to join. Secondly, I don't really know if the drivers themselves would like that, having 24, 26, 28 drivers, whatever. I think it's a little too much in some circuits, to be honest, like Monaco. It would be even more chaos, although it's, well, no. Yeah, it would add a lot factors to chaos, basically. And I think internal politics within the teams will also not give place to too many new teams, because the prize pool needs to be shared. And they've already said in the past that every additional team basically takes money away from the other teams. So it's a question of internal politics of the FIA as well. And for me personally, it would be great. The more competition, the better the race, but everything has its limits.
Definitely. We can definitely agree on that one. And hopefully we can see more manufacturers join in as well. I mean, well, we will now move on to our predictions, actually. So obviously the Formula One real life is done. Congratulations to Lando Norris for that one. And we will actually be going on to Austria for next round. Will be on Friday, 7 o'clock, I think it is, UK time. Or is it 6 o'clock? It's one of those two. 6 o'clock. Thank you, Yoshi. 6 o'clock UK time, and it will be 7.
Pole position for Botti. Sorry, Kevin. P2 for Kevin. And P3 for Toro. I think all three of them are very motivated. And in the race, it's clearly going to be P1 fastest, because the three front guys are going to crash themselves out. Then Remus, and let's go for my man Nicholson as P3.
Well, that's a very interesting grid as well. Well, hopefully we can see that happen as well. Yoshi, we'll go to you. Let's see from your perspective.
Pole position, Kevin. Second, I'm going to say TS. Third, if he's racing, Botti for qualifying. For the race, I'm going to say Kevin to win. Botti second. TS third. Toro fourth. And Vassos fifth.
I'll definitely agree with that one. For me, it's got to be. It's going to be interesting, I think, qualifying. Obviously, we've not done the reverse before for Austria, so I think it will be Kevin Van Dijk. He's going to have to close his ears for this bit. It is Kevin Van Dijk for pole position for me on qualifying. I think Toro will come up second on the grid and Tiaz Korsman third. The race, we will probably see Botti come up to P2. I think Tiaz Korsman, I'm going to put him third and Kevin wins the race. Fourth, I'd like to see Nikos on definitely. And fifth, Vastas, please. That's another one. But that I mean, hopefully we can see that as well. But I think, lads, that's pretty much it for today. We've summed up everything. Thank you all so much for our special guests, Kevin Van Dijk and Vastas. We'll be back next Tuesday, obviously, talking about the Austrian. God, I was about to say Australia. I don't know why. Austrian reverse, and we will be having. We'll have another guest in as well. Hopefully, Kevin Van Dijk will be back with us again, and possibly in the lead again in the championship. But for our races, when during our safety cars, we do our quick advertisement, and then we like to answer your questions in the chat. Please join our Discord server, and we have got a special section at the end for you amazing guys to put in the questions, and we will read them out live on stream. You can still use the chat function, obviously, and we'll be reading that out throughout the race. But yeah, please do put in your questions for us on that, and we will. And there we go. That was back then. We will read them out, and we'll get your thoughts on all of it. It'll probably be something that's local to the country, so traditional food or something like that. But anyway, let's give you a preview of next episode. Next week, we'll be talking about obviously Austria. And don't forget to join us on Friday as usual at 7 p.m. CET and then 6 o'clock UK time, as I said earlier. Thank you all so much for listening to the VD Racing League podcast, episode 2. And don't forget to join us on Discord. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you call it. But I think that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much, everyone. Thank you to our guests. Thank you, Vasas, Kevin, and Yoshi as well. But until then, we will see you on Friday. And if not, we'll see you on Tuesday. See you later.